Hello, everyone. Namaste from my home. I was hoping to do it from outside in my backyard because it is beautiful. It's not raining. However, it's very bad air quality. And yesterday, when I was outside in Manhattan, I could barely walk 6 blocks. I had to take the subway train to come back because it was too oppressive to walk with the heat and the air quality. So I highly recommend wearing an N95 or a KN95 mask when you go out today, even for like short errands. Like I walked Mona this morning and I wore my mask, and a lot of neighbors asked me, is the air quality so bad that we should wear masks? And I said, truly, you should wear a mask and protect your lungs and airways. So if you have an air purifier at home, use it to clear the smoke. It can penetrate the house as well. So I look forward to doing breathing exercises with you to help you during this time of poor air quality in our state. So welcome, and let's start with meditation. As usual, you can either sit comfortably like I'm doing on my couch, my legs up. This pose is called Sukhasana. It's like legs crossed and hands just, you can place it in a mudra or just on your thighs. You can lower your eyelids, and before you do anything, you can just, fix your hair or whatever else you need to do, because once you start your meditative practice, you want to be as still as possible. So you can lower your eyelids or you can close them like I'm going to do. And just take a deep breath and let it out. Do it again, a big deep breath and let it out. Another deep breath and let it out. Feel comfortable, feel your back supported if you need to. Keep a good posture if you're not using support. Notice any part of your body that needs more attention in your mind and let it go. I feel like my left eye is twitchy and I'm noticing it and I'm letting it go. I probably wouldn't notice it if I was on the phone or on Facebook, but because I am trying my best to be present, I notice everything, including any twitchiness, any itchings, my pants are too tight or whatever. You notice all these things once you close your eyes and get body awareness. Body awareness is very important, and I'll talk about it through my practice today. I'm very glad you joined me this Saturday morning. It's a pleasure to be with you. Just breathe and focus on breathing. If you notice that your breath is too shallow or too deep, or you're not getting your full breath in, don't worry. Just notice it and then keep breathing. Today we are going to do a type of breathing where we focus on our throat. So take your breath in through your nose and then feel it in your throat, your breath, and let it out through your mouth. You don't have to open your mouth wide, but you can make a little hole in your mouth, just a little bit, open it, and let the breath out. So take a breath in through your nose and feel it in your throat. Maybe it'll make a little noise. Sometimes that breath reminds me when you put a shell to your ear, like a big, large shell, and there's the sound of the sea in the shell, and you hear it. That's the kind of sound you want to make with your breath today. The sound of the sea in your throat with your breath. It's like a wave that's hitting the seashore. So take a deep breath through your nose and let it out through your mouth. But during the process, have it concentrated in the back of your throat. Imagine you're on a cliff and you are watching the waves crash against the cliff, and you're the one making that sound of the waves. It's a beautiful blue sea, and there's surf on the little tips when the water becomes a wave and comes to the shore. And sometimes it's a big wave and it's crashing against the cliff. And sometimes it's little waves that you're making. And the sound sometimes through your breathing can be a deep sound, and sometimes it's a small sound. But you're watching your breath make the sound of the waves of the sea. And the gulls are in the background, they are flying around.
Dr. Heptulla, your sound is out.
All right, so we've lost Dr. Heptulla's voice. She needs to call us back because it fell out. So hopefully Dr. Heptulla will call us back. I'm going to put into the chat, call back into the Zoom. Yeah, she's doing it now. Perfect. All right, so once she calls back in, there we go. I will admit her and I will make it possible for her to unmute. So right now she has to unmute. There we go. Perfect.
I'm sorry about the technical difficulties, but I hope you had a good meditation session. It is sometimes I lead it through imagination, and sometimes, things happen with the phone. I think somebody tried to call me and it got disconnected. So I'm not sure if you're able to still see me or not. Are you able to see me?
We can see you and we can hear you, Dr. Heptulla.
And yes.
Okay, for whatever reason, I can't see myself on the computer, but that's okay. So I hope you all had a good meditation session. And I was very in my own meditation, in my own breathing exercise. I kind of don't just lead it. I actually do it with you. So today we are going to focus on our head and neck. We call it neck hygiene. We always want to focus on keeping our neck mobile and flexible. Just imagine, this is our brain inside our head. And then we have nerves that have to go down all the way to our toes. And how do they come? They come through our neck, and then they go to our arms, to our belly, to our legs, all from our neck. And so if we don't treat our neck with lots of attention, lot of love, then we're going to have a lot of neck problems. So every day you must do some kind of neck flexibility exercises. And so we will start with that. First, just making these small movements of bringing your head down, then taking it up just as much as you can. Up and down, and you can anchor it with your breath. And then sideways, right, bring it to center, then left, bring it to center. Right, bring it to center, and left, bring it to center. And then we are going to do slight movements, making little circles with our nose, starting small and getting like tennis ball like, and then like a plate, just making these movements with the nose in one direction, and becoming like a frisbee, and then we turn it the other direction with our nose. First a big frisbee, then a dinner plate. Oh, this is endless today. I'm so sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Your sound is on. Nope.
Yeah, so the phone has fallen out again. Dr. Heptulla will call us back. So it's been a morning. This is a good exercise in patience and dealing with what happens. So we appreciate your patience. She's
Here she
calling
is.
back. Yep, I'm going to ask her to unmute. There we go. I'm going to rename. She's got to unmute. Yeah. So Dr. Heptulla, you got to unmute your voice. We can't hear you. Dr. Heptulla, can you please unmute yourself? Yeah, she's got to try to do it again. I heard a little blip, but she's got to do it again. So Dr. Heptulla. Can we hear you now? You there? Perfect, Dr. Heptulla. Wonderful to have you back.
Yeah, I'm so sorry today. It's just everybody is calling, my daughter, my mother, everybody. So I'm so sorry. Okay, so we were doing our neck exercises, and I'd like to continue working on our shoulders, rotating the shoulders up and back, down, up, forward and back. Little tiny movements, just waking up your neck and shoulders, then going the other way around, just moving it up and down. And then just doing a little stretching, using your right hand over your left, stretching the left side. Breathing and letting go of all these disturbances. Taking your left hand, putting it on the right side of your head and stretching this muscle. A lot of tension all day long. And bringing it back. And then we are just going to put both our hands like this, crisscross behind our head on our back of our skull. And we are going to bring our elbows to kiss. And then we are going to slowly move them back. You can use your whole spine. Go in and then out. And then make these movements that are circular, waking up everything in your head and neck. Now bringing it in the other direction. Whatever direction you started, make it to go in the opposite direction. We want to treat all our muscles with the same symmetry, right and left as possible. And feel a good stretch. Give yourself a good head massage while you're at it. Feel your trapezius muscle and just massage it a little bit. And you can feel that. Do a stretch this way and putting your hands on your shoulders. Rotate your spine to the left. Then rotate to the right. Breathe here. Breathe. And bring it back to center. One more time. This side on the left. And then bring it to center and then to the right. Open up our shoulders, our neck, and then open your arms up wide like this, bringing it up, and then making a dive down to our feet. Give your feet a little bit of love, and then bring your hands in prayer and up. And bringing it down to Tadasana or mountain pose. We're going to go up and then dive down. Touch our feet. Bring it up. And then namaste. Bring it up. Dive down to our feet. Touch our little toes. Bring it up. And then namaste. This is called Surya Namaskar. You can do it many times. Sometimes people do it 20 times, 50 times, just get their body all warmed up. We can do it one more time. And we dive down. And we're going to now move to our hip joint. Everybody's always asking me about the hip joint. So make a figure of 4 of your foot. Get your toes all lined up like this. It's taut. It's not loosey-goosey, okay? Your toes are facing your legs as much as possible. And you're using your right hand to press on the inside of your knee. Not on your knee joint, but inside of your knee. Feeling the opening of your hip. If you're not feeling anything in your hip, then you're not doing it correctly. Your leg also should not be on top of your knee, a little bit above. Open it up, breathe, breathe, breathe. And then we're going to do it on the other side. Hot. Pressing down a little bit. I'm going to do it one more time on the right side and left side. And now as you are pushing your hand just above your knee, you're bringing the front of your torso towards your leg. And you are going to bring it as much as you can. If you can bring more, great. If you can't, because you're feeling intensity in your hip joint or your back, you can stop. And then you can bring it up. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Bring it up, keep it nice and taut. Make your figure of 4, have good posture. And then from your hip joint, you bring it down a little bit. Not rounding your spine, but keeping your spine straight, moving this way as much as you can, and feel the intensity of your movement. And then you can just shake a little bit because your hip joint is feeling that. Now we're going to continue with the hip joint. Going to bring your leg in this fashion, a little bit apart, and putting your hands inside your thigh bone, and just using the back of your hand to push your thighs out, but your thighs pushing in. These are very good stretches when you do it correctly. And you should again feel the opening of your inner thigh muscles. And breathe. Holding breath is not a good thing. Then you put your right hand on your right knee and use your left to move up towards your right as much as you can. And then bring it down. And do the same thing on the other side. Use your right hand to pull up. And then bring it to the left side. Breathe and bring it down. Again, one more time. Breathing, letting go. Breathing, letting go. Breathing, letting go. See how we are combining both our hip and shoulder. Get the most out of our poses. And then you can bring it back again. And whenever we do such opening exercises, we can do this to relax it. We bring our knees together and move our feet apart. It's an unnatural move. You don't usually do it. But again, you're going to feel this in your hip joint because there are muscles that allow you to do these things. So you have to do all kinds of exercises to exercise all different kinds of muscles. Now you bring your feet together. You're sitting at the very edge of your couch, and then just use it to bring your butt up a little bit. Down and just up. See if you can do it. It's a little bit soft on my couch. If I did it on the ground, I'd really have to use my core muscles to bring my buttocks up. So don't forget to breathe. And if you're able, you can just pick yourself up a little bit. You can put your hands on the chair and just get your butt up a little bit off the chair and then bring it down. And then just do that again. very good for your abdominal strengthening. Get your core muscles engaged and doing as much. Now, lengthen your legs, and we're going to just bring it up just a little bit from the ground, and then bring it down. Bring it up, breathing, letting it. Always breathing. This is a tough exercise, but practice it. It's really, really very good. Now, we are going to do our classic poses of warrior pose. I should drink a little water. You should drink too. Keep hydrated during your exercise and during hot days like this. Bring your right arm up, left arm up in this manner. And just hold it, breathing. Then bring your right arm up towards the sky. Left arm down. And the other side. The warrior pose. Bring your arms up, your legs in this fashion. Left side now. I feel my arms opening. Feel the lengthening of my body. Check both sides. Make sure that it's a straight line. And breathing. And then I bring my right arm up. Reverse warrior. And then again. This warrior. And then I bring everything back to center in Namaste. And let it go. Now we are going to do a little bit of massaging our abdominal muscles. This pose is going to really help with your digestion. And if you have any constipation, you're using your hands just below your knee and then bringing your knee up and your foot up towards your abdomen. So basically your thigh should be touching your abdomen, and then it's going to help with the internal massage of your intestines. Breath. Use this one now. It up. You can also do this lying down. Very, very helpful, and it opens up your joints as well as your abdomen. So I will show you lying down on this couch also. So when you're in bed, you can do this. My back should be completely flat. My couch is a little small, and so you can do this pose in this fashion also. Very good pose for lying down and doing it. Really getting your massage of your back as well. Okay. Right. And it's hard to get your hamstrings massaged or exercised lying down. And what you can do is use a towel or something, and you can move your legs up one at a time like this. We did the one with both our legs out. You can do one if you cannot do both. We're going to do a little bit of lengthening of our muscles in the back of our legs. And then I'm going to do it on both sides. This is a really good exercise. If you cannot do both legs, then you can at least do one of the legs. We have tried to hit all the big muscles today with our exercises and yogic moves. And now we are going to do some hand exercises as well. So put your hands together like this, and then just move your wrist in a figure of 8. Body awareness is very important. You're having pain in your wrist joint, you're sleeping on it, or using a computer too much, now go in opposite direction. Then it's important to, not come to the point where you're having a lot of pain, but bringing attention to it and stopping and doing these kinds of exercises of your wrist. And then you can also just open and close your hands. Big muscles and small muscles, everything is important. Skin is important, eyes ears are important, throat is important, breathing is important, everything. So put your hands out straight, use your left hand to just stretch out your wrist joint in this fashion, and then of course we have to do the opposite direction. Just do it as much as you can. You shouldn't feel too much pain doing these things. And of course, you're exercising your shoulder when you're doing this as well. Stretch it all out. These small muscles, they get tired also. And they need attention so we don't have arthritis. Another stretch you can do for your shoulder. And then let's do it on the other side. Bring your left shoulder down. In your mind, you have to do these exercises very mindfully. And now we're going to stretch out our triceps muscle in this fashion, using your left hand for your right tricep. And then we're going to bring our right hand for our left triceps. Keep your hand that is at the back nice and tight, not loosey-goosey. Everything that you can do to be body aware of your fingers, your toes, your breathing. And then we're going to do a stretch on the right side. Breathe, and then bring it to center. And then on the left side. You can do your neck movements if you want a little bit. So you can get doubly helpful for you. Bring it to center, and then the other side. And bring your arms out front, bring your head down, round your shoulders in the spine, and then bring it out. And then again, round your shoulders, the spine, and then open up your chest. And this 3 times. So helpful for our spine. We did our neck in the beginning. We didn't do our spinal rotation. We are going to do that now. And remember the difference. When you start off and you do these movements, it's so much more difficult. And as you go through your practice, your joints open up and you can do a lot more than when you were stiff and you started the exercise. So feels really good now in my body. I can really feel all my muscles open up. And I had a massage yesterday, so it was really very, very enjoyable. I had a lot of knots, and even though I do exercise regularly, I do get like massage once a week or once in 2 weeks, so that I I have another person just feeling my muscles and making sure that I don't have any knots or you know, areas of tightness that I don't notice it because it's at the back of my body. So with that, we are going to do today corpse pose at the end of our yoga. And so just get relaxed. If you can lay down, you can lay down, and then just let go of everything for a couple of minutes. I won't be speaking during this time because I want you to just let it go and not think about your breathing or nothing. Just relaxing, enjoying the practice and appreciating your body and appreciating everything we have and just being. Okay, now you can open your eyes, and I want to thank you for joining me this morning. And I'm sorry for all the technical problems I had today, and I'll try to work on it a little bit more next time. I just have to text my family members not to disturb me on Saturday mornings when I'm doing yoga with you. Take care now. Have a wonderful day.